Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Astros Baseball and happy Easter to everyone out there. I hope you had a great day. Today, Steffi and myself are going to talk about games one and games two of the Padres series because game three is tonight on ESPN. I don't know how you feel about that. It won't matter to Steffi because she's got season tickets. So let's bring her in. Steffi, what's up, buddy?
What's up, friend? Happy Easter, everybody. So excited for some Sunday night baseball. The Astros have been having a fun weekend so far. We are hoping that they can continue that on the big stage tonight on ESPN. And I will be there live. So, even more excited to get to see that in person and hopefully keep those good vibes rolling.
Yeah. So going into this, uh, let me tell you about my day first.
Please tell me
Went,
everything.
we went to church and then we went to a Panda Express,
Ooh,
and then I
love.
came home and I was like, "Hey, you got time to do a podcast?" And I sure do. The game's tonight, so that's my day.
Yeah.
Good day, very good day.
Great day. Yeah, I woke up. My parents were in town actually for Friday and yesterday. So they got to come up from Corpus, watch some really fun baseball. And
Oh
this
yeah,
morning we went to our favorite place to go every time they're here is House of Pies. So we'll always make sure to go to breakfast at House of Pies, right down
you
the
go to
street from my
breakfast
house.
at House of the Pies?
House of Pies. They have great breakfast. Oh, so
I would have
good.
thought it was a pizza place
No, House of Pies. It's actually a pie place, like literal
that serves
pies.
breakfast.
Yeah, they have breakfast, they have lunch, they have
Wow,
dinner, they have all the things, and then they have a bakery. Their pies, first of all, oh, chef's kiss, so good. But
dang,
their breakfast is amazing, and so that's like our spot. Every time my parents come
wow,
here, we usually go to House of Pies. So we went this morning, had some breakfast before they headed off back home, which they should be getting home very soon. So I'll probably be getting some text messages from them that they're home. And if I don't, I will be stalking them on the Find My iPhone app. So it should be called Find My Mother because that's what I
there you
use
go.
it for. But what are you going to do? But great morning. And hopefully it's going to be a great night too.
So the opening brought to you by House of Pies.
House of Pies. If you would like to sponsor us, we wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, you got free sponsorship on Easter. Congratulations. So let me tell you this. There's two things. First of all, I was on the TikTok page and I said the Astros play up to their competition and they're going to play good. Now,
Yeah,
was that me partly being hopeful?
100%.
Was that me partly knowing the history that the Astros play good against
Also
good teams?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people commented, they're done. They're trash. They're gonna get swept. And then they all came back in. So I was wrong. I was wrong. And I was like, I told you. I told you. Have faith. Just like we said on
100%.
that last podcast, right? Have faith.
Hmm.
We
Have
don't
faith.
give up. So if you don't want to give up, you follow this podcast because we're never gonna give up until the end.
Never. We're never going to give up until we're completely out of the playoffs. And then we're like, okay, well, we're out of it. So be it. But luckily, we haven't had to deal with that in what, like almost 10 years at this point, So what,
Yeah.
8 years, 8 seasons?
Been a while.
But man, yeah, it was definitely you spoke it into existence. The Astros really have played up to their competition this weekend. Padres with the best record in all of baseball coming into the Astros, who have been kind of like not great, not bad, kind of mediocre. But the Astros have a better record this year than they did last year, and then they still won the division. And we've had a very similar record to what we've had in years past around this time.
Yeah.
So for about the past 8 years, we've been at the same place at this time of the season where the Astros, it feels like they're behind, but then somehow they catapult themselves into that top spot. Definitely hoping for that over the course of the next few weeks if the
Yeah.
Astros can really kind of set the stage, set their place within this division would be pretty nice to see.
Okay, before we get into these games, this was the stroll poll. I believe it was Friday's game. They were wearing orange. And
Ooh.
Isaac Paredes was up to bat at the time because I can see his number 15
Mm-hmm.
on his armband. I screenshotted it. Based on the team's success, which Astros catcher should be considered the greatest of all time?
I saw this poll and I loved it.
Choice A is Alan
Mm-hmm.
Ashby. He got 14%. He was great on TV.
So great.
B was Brad Osmus, who got 23% of the votes. I'm gonna go down to D, Brian McCann. World
Also a great
Series winning
choice.
Brian McCann,
Great
18%.
choice.
And do you know who got 45% of the vote? One of the most slandered and most hated players. The years he was here doing this podcast, why do you like him? Martin Maldonado got
Our boy.
45% of the
Our
vote.
boy. I mean, and really too, it's based on consistent success. And
Yeah.
Martine was just a part of that consistent success for so long. Also, you listen to how players talk about him. You listen to what they say about his character and how if there's anybody in the major leagues who is still playing right now that is someday going to be a manager and going to be a good one, they talk about Martin. Martin,
Yeah.
while he's a great catcher, he may not be great offensively. We're not going to say that he's the best hitter in the history of the world. No. But does he have clutch moments? Yes.
Yeah.
But Martin brings something so intangible to the teams that he plays on in the sense of it's like, from what I've heard from players, it's like having an extra coach on the bench.
Yeah.
Because he just understands the game in a very, very specific way that helps for the people around him to be better. And for him to know like how to be that game caller for his pitchers, I think that's huge in itself too. So I mean, Martin was the perfect choice for this. I love that he got most of the votes. And I mean, he really has been one of the most intangible parts of this team when he's been on it.
He almost got half the votes. It's like he got half the votes
Yeah.
and everybody
Almost
switched it.
half.
And I've never seen
Crazy.
one player in the 8 years or whatever it is doing the podcast that has got as much slander except for that one dude.
Yeah.
That one guy that wore number
Exactly.
11. I can't even remember his name. He was first baseman.
I was
It was
gonna
the
say we're
white
not thinking.
kid.
No, it's not Evan
No, before
Gattis.
that.
Oh,
He did real good. Like he was the player of the week his rookie year in the first week. He had like 500. I can't think of his name, but I don't think there's anyone in the chat.
we're not thinking
Tyler
Tyler
White.
White, are we? Because I thought he was
He
number
was
13.
he was 13. Okay, my bad. 13.
Yeah. I was like,
He
11,
started
I
out
think was
so
Gattis.
well, and he got so
He
much
did. He
slander.
did.
I
He
slandered
did
him.
really well.
He's probably the
I
only
think
guy
everyone
ever
did.
that I kept saying, "Why do
Poor
you keep
guy.
putting this guy in the lineup? He's horrible." But anyway, I
Yeah.
really think because I feel it in my heart that Martin Maldonado is my favorite Astro of all time. I don't feel this way about anyone else. I love George Springer,
I love
but
Martin.
George Springer
Yeah.
is probably number 2. I love George
Yeah.
Springer. But Maldy, what
I
is it
love that
about
for
him? Is it
you.
because nobody else liked him, but now they all vote for him? What's he got?
It's because you fought for him so hard that you feel such an innate like
It's
connection
crazy.
probably
Yeah,
at
that
this point. I love it though
I do
because I love
too. I
Maldi,
do
so I'm
too.
here for it.
All right, so coming into this series, the Astros were 8-10. And as Steffi mentioned, the Padres were 15-4 coming into this series. 15-4.
Just crazy record for the Padres.
The Astros had
Crazy.
yet to win back-to-back games. And after the first 2 games, the Astros are now 10-10, and they won 2 games in a row. Who would have thunk? Besides us.
2 in a row.
And not only did they win 2 games in a row, it was Ryan Gusto and Wesneski was pitching. It wasn't Framber Valdez. It wasn't Hunter Brown or Eric Getty or Christian Javier or Justin Verlander or any pitcher you can think of. It was Gusto and Wes Nasty, which makes it even more amazing.
Insane.
Amazing.
Insane. We love it. It was, I mean, my parents came up on Friday. We bought last minute tickets for them. And my mom was like, I'm just glad we saw one win while we were here. We know we're coming in
Come
tomorrow.
on,
If
Mom.
they lose tomorrow, so be it. But like, hopefully they win, you know?
Mom, come on.
Hey, my mom's a realist. Okay. We hadn't
I
won 2
know,
games
I
in a
know.
row at that
You
point.
gotta
Okay.
will it. You gotta will it, Mom. You gotta will it.
Oh, yeah. And my mom was like, "Hey, as long as we see good games, I
Yeah.
don't really care. Like, let's just make them fun because the
Yeah.
Padres are good. They're a really good team right now. They've been really hot. They've been crushing the ball. And the way that Gusto and Wisniewski came out and just did their jobs to keep this team in the game was incredible. Brian King finally gave up his first
Yeah.
runs of the season. But you know, it was going to
Yeah.
happen. So be it. It didn't lose us the game. We
Yeah,
ended up fine. But can we talk about Cam Smith?
we can.
Cam Smith, ugh, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
crazy.
the Padres took the lead 1-0, bottom of the second inning in game one. Bottom of the second inning, Cam Smith, who's I think he's batting eighth, a 3-run bomb, brought in
Mhm.
Diaz and Jake, and we're up 3-1. What can you say about this kid? Didn't he have a game where he had 2 home runs? Oh, this is
Keep
this
going.
game.
It's this game
Wow.
on Friday.
Wow. So,
First 2-run homer game
yeah,
of
and
his
then the
career.
bottom of the third, Yiner drove in Christian Walker. It's good to hear those 2 names.
Mhm.
And then Cam Smith,
100%.
another home run. In second inning and fourth inning, what makes it even more amazing.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. When he came up that 3rd time, you were like, "Is he gonna get a 3rd?" Because it felt like he just had that magic in
Mhm.
him on Friday. It really
Yeah.
did. The way that Cam approached on Friday, man, it just felt like he finally was letting it all click. It was awesome to see his plate discipline and just him coming in and knowing what to hit and laying off the ones that he didn't need. Cam was just awesome on Friday. Lights out. Like such a great performance by this kid. And also too, you have guys like Wisniewski that obviously is from that same Kyle Tucker trade. Obviously, he was playing the game. The next one, Tweet's
Oh
here.
my goodness.
Our favorite on
Happy
Easter.
Easter,
Tweet is
Robbie.
here.
Happy Easter. And you
Happy
got a great chance of winning
Easter.
that shirt, buddy. I hope you win.
He really
I'm
does,
gonna
man.
pull
We
for that
love it.
guy.
I mean, as he should. He's here every single
Oh,
podcast,
you
and we
know
love
what?
that.
I made a good little thing down here. Look at that.
Oh, there we
This I
go.
was gonna have
Heck
this little
yeah.
ticker trying it out. It goes under the thing while we're talking about
We
each
love it.
game.
It's
Cam
phenomenal.
Smith got a 3-run homer, and the
Exactly.
Astros went 6-4.
Yeah, exactly. And had 2 home
Yeah.
runs in the game. Obviously, super exciting for him. But yeah, just to see him really starting to feel at home at the plate is so exciting. And again, you see Kyle Tucker doing some really amazing things with the Cubs right now. But you know what? Like, we're going to have Cam Smith for a very long
Yeah.
time. We're going to have Paredes for a long time. We're going to have Wisniewski for a long time. Like, as great as it is, and like I'm always going to be a
Me too.
Kyle Tucker
Me
fan for sure. Like I'm always going to root for him. He's such a good dude, such a great player. I'm always going to root for him. But to see him doing well over there and for us to have as much success with the guys that we got from that trade right now, here in this moment, makes you feel good about what both
Yeah.
of us got. The Cubs got what they needed. We got what we needed with longevity with some of these players because obviously, after the 2017 scandal, so be it. We obviously had some draft picks that we lost. So being able to have players that bring you that longevity that you know are major league caliber
Yeah.
is huge. So I feel like the Cubs got what they needed, we got what we needed, and it is going to be fruitful for the both of us, and everyone is going to be a happy camper, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So seeing Cam do what he did on Friday,
Great trade for
phenomenal.
both teams. And so after
Exactly.
the 7th inning, it's 5-4. This game isn't over.
Yeah.
And then Jake Myers, who's been amazing, had an RBI single and gave us an insurance run. And then
Beautiful.
our pitchers did the job there in the 8th and ninth inning,
Yeah,
as they've been doing for a while. We win 6-4.
they
Gusto,
have.
5 innings, 9 hits, and 2 runs. He didn't walk anybody. He's 2-1 with a 3.18 ERA. Okert did well. King, like you said, gave up his first runs. Abreu and Hader did their jobs. Hader got save number 5. Cam Smith, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Altuve, 2 for 4. Yiner, 2 for 4. And Jake Myers, 3 for 4. After game one, Jake Myers is hitting 308.
We love it.
So Paredes and Jordan, the only hitless starters, but it's okay. The Astros 6 runs on 12 hits, 2 for 8 runners in scoring position, and 6 left on base. Since I turned the page, let's take a break. What do you think about that? All right, we're going to
I'm
take a
down with
break.
that.
We'll be right back with more Astros baseball. We're back
Break time.
with more Astros baseball, talking about game 1 and game 2 of the Padres series, which a lot of you negative nannies were probably thinking we're going to get swept. But you came to the right place, the most positive podcast in the world. Let's talk about it, Wisniewski. You know what? If I had to buy a jersey from a current player, it would be between Wisniewski and Cam Smith.
Cam
I just
Smith,
don't like the number
100%.
11 on a jersey. I just don't like it. I don't know,
That's
especially
fair.
number
That's
1.
fair.
Like, you buy Carlos Correa's jersey, and he's just got one little skinny one. I need some bulk. I need some bulky numbers on my big.
I need what I
Yeah.
paid for.
I'm not a
I
skinny
need what
guy,
I
and I
paid
think a
for.
1 would look pretty silly. That's why I never had a Altuve jersey, because he's a little guy, and I'm not small by any means. So we go to game
His number's still 27, my
We go to
dude.
game
What?
2, and Wisniewski gives up some runs to some high caliber players. Tatis had a solo home run, and Machado had an RBI double. And then you love to see this. We go to the 6th inning, down 2-0, and Christian Skywalker, 2-run homer, brings in Paredes, and all of a sudden we're tied at 2.
Man, this game was definitely Wisniewski about this during his post-game interview. He attacks the zone, and when you attack the zone, some of those balls are gonna end up in the Crawford boxes. Thank God it was a solo homer when Tatis had that home run. I think with Machado, we did have a situation where there was the ball went right past my goodness, Walker at first. Went right past Walker at first, where he couldn't make the play, and that's okay because it was a tough play to make. And I remember, so I was sitting yesterday in kind of like a weird spot, not my normal spot. So I could hear a lot more people talking, and you could hear people that you can tell, like, you're like, oh, you haven't been to a game in a while, have you? And
Yeah.
people just complaining about the dumbest things. And they're like, Walker, show us why we paid you. And then he hits that home run. And I'm like, where? I think he just showed you that's why he got paid.
My
I think
God,
that
why would you
could
want
be
to
it.
act like that?
I mean, the guy was probably a few beers deep and
Yeah.
probably not. Yeah. Yeah,
How
no.
does
One
that
of those
make watching
situations.
the
I'm like,
Astros fun for
yeah,
you to
exactly.
complain all the time? How is that
That's
fun?
my thing. I wonder the same thing. Like, do I get frustrated with players? Yeah, of course. But I'm like, look, man, if you're drunk, like the rest of the world does not need to hear your drunken thoughts about how the
Yeah,
Astros players are playing. Like, let's
yeah,
be real. You wouldn't make that play the same one that Walker missed,
yeah.
like 99.9% of the time. And he'd probably make that play more than you would. So, like,
Oh,
chill,
yeah,
bro. But,
yeah,
it is what it is. But honestly, seeing Walker come up, get a really big hit in a moment where we needed it. And the funny thing is, my mom and I looked at each other and I was like, a home run right here to wake up his bat would be phenomenal. And then he like hit it, and both of us were like, we called it, like so excited, so hyped, obviously. And then for the Astros to get ahead, to keep the lead, Hader has just been shutting the door lately. Really just shutting the door, getting the saves, really keeping this team in a good position. And also, it was his bobblehead day yesterday.
mm.
So here I am with my little Hater fireman bobblehead, and I'm like, "Come
Y'all got
on,
a
treat
bunch of
me
'em.
right, Hater." Oh, yeah. It was great.
Oh, you got 3 of 'em.
Um, we got 3. We did get 3. I may be trying to give it
Fine.
away eventually. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? But no, great game, great ending. The Astros finally win 2 in a row.
Yeah,
Oh, you love to see it.
yeah, Paredes drove in the game-winning run, he brought in Caratini, and that's 3-2, that was the final. And
Mhm.
so this is like the new guys game.
Oh,
You
100%.
had Wes Nasty, Paredes RBI single, and Walker drove in Paredes.
Mhm.
Great job by the guys we picked up. Scott had a clean inning. He picks up the win. Scott is not as good as he was last year, but being in the bullpen, he can start driving that down. His ERA is 4.91. Abreu had a walk and a strikeout, and Hader gave up a hit, but he did not give up anything. And he picks up save number 6. Christian Walker 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Paredes 2 for 3 with an RBI and a score. Every Astro got a hit except Jake Myers and Jose Altuve. Astros 1 for 7 runners in scoring position. They left 7 on base, 3 runs, 7 hits. That's your stats. You know what?
Yiner also did not get a hit.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that then.
Yeah. Yiner missed out on getting a hit.
So I guess at the at the end of every game, I give the stats, right?
Yeah.
And so I went to this missions game when they were playing the Hooks,
Uh-huh.
and someone recognized me, and they were like, "The stat man." I was like, "The stat man? Like, what does that
What?
mean?" And then I was
Well,
reading the stats. I'm like, "That's what he means."
oh, Ah.
Because I'm
I'm the
like, I don't want to
stat
sit around
man.
and do stats all day.
You're
Like, what
like,
are you
"That's not
talking
my
about?
thing." Not at
Yeah.
all.
So I actually went with that guy. We met on
I
Twitter.
respect it. I love
We
it.
went on Twitter and went together, and then he was asking me about the podcast. I already told this
Oh, I
story
love it.
before, but we were
I
talking about
love
the
it, though.
podcast. How'd you get started? Blah blah blah. And then this guy's like, I listened to it, and we all three sat together. It was pretty cool.
Cute. We love
And that
it.
guy recognized me.
A vibe.
I'm a celebrity.
You are a celebrity.
No, I'm really not.
You are, though.
I've been recognized only twice.
Hey, that's more than most people will ever get recognized in their lifetime, Rob. You
Yeah.
are a celebrity. Welcome.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Someday I will be. No, I won't. All right.
You could
So the
be.
standings on Easter Sunday before everybody plays their games. They should be. I mean, they should be already
They
started.
might be.
But
I was gonna say they're probably already, like, halfway through.
Texas 13-8, 5-5 in their last 10. They've won one game in a row. Seattle's 11-10. They're two back. 7-3 in their last 10. Seattle.
Ooh.
Houston 10-10. They're 2.5 back. 6-4 in their last 10. They've won two in a row. The Angels 10-10 also. 3-7 in their last 10. We're going the right way. They're going the wrong way. And then the
Mhm.
A's are 10-11. They've won. They're 6-4 in their last 10. The A's are only 3 games out. So it's still
This
anyone's series.
division
I mean, it's
oh, yeah.
anyone's division. Yeah.
The division is very, very close right now. It's where it's again, we're in April. We're not, like, over halfway through the year to where one person is running away with it. The division is anyone's to take up for grabs. We've seen the Astros come in and take the division in the last, like, 3 days of the season before. So, a lot of time, a lot of games to be played. So, yeah, the fact that we are 2.5 back from a team who I mean, the Rangers definitely are gonna be a solid team this year. It's gonna be interesting seeing
Yeah.
kind of the fight that it is for the West. But, I mean, Astros have just as good of a chance as anybody at this point, and I think it is anybody's game.
Yeah, they do. They got a good solid lineup with Cam Smith. That fills a hole. And
Oh,
with Jake Myers hitting
beautiful.
308. I don't think he's hitting 308 anymore after going 0 for 4 or 0 for 3 yesterday, but still way better than we
Oh,
expected from
so
him.
much better.
So let's do the Ram Shirts Players of the Series asterisk. So we're just going to tell
Asterisk.
you because there's one
So
more
far,
game left, we're going to tell you who we have so far, and they have a good chance to win it, but somebody could take it away from them tonight.
easily.
If you want to win a shirt, it's what is it, the 22nd today or something?
20th.
It's the 20. Oh yeah,
The
420.
20th, 420.
I got a wedding to
Easter.
go to later. The guy's
You
getting
do.
married on Easter.
And
That's
I have a
nuts.
baseball game to go to.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
We got
so
so
many
much
things. We
planned.
have so much planned.
All right, so just send that email. It's on the bottom if you're watching live or on YouTube,
Astros
which
Baseball
nobody watches
Podcast
YouTube.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, there it is. So you can write it down while you're watching Astros Baseball Podcast to win a shirt from Ram Shirts, the
Heck
greatest
yes.
Ram shirts ever. I love Ram shirts.
I
I've
do
said that
too.
before, and I'll say it
They're so
again.
comfy. They are very comfy.
All right, let's start with pitcher. Who do you got? This could
So
be a
far,
trifecta, but it's not going to count.
oh, it's not going to count. So far, I have Wisniewski.
I do too.
I love it. He just, great game by him yesterday. Again, made a mistake pitch. Machado kind of got on a play that wasn't made by Walker, but again, very tough play to make. So I don't put it on Walker by any means, but at the same time, Wes Nasty was doing his thing and having him. Hey, I got to use your nickname for him. It feels right. It does. It feels
I didn't
right.
make it up,
He's so good.
but
So
I
good.
like it.
Plus, I love the hometown boy. Something
Yeah.
about that is just such a feel-good story for me still.
Yeah. So he and Gusto both went 5 innings,
They did, yes.
but he gave up 3 less hits and had 2 more strikeouts. So that's why I gave
Yeah.
it.
That's kind of why I gave it to him as well.
And the offensive player of the series so far, honorable mention, he could take it away from this guy tonight, but honorable mention is Skywalker. But I got Cam Smith with the 2 home run game.
I agree. I had Cam Smith as my offensive. I had Walker as my Rose.
Ooh. You love that.
You love to
I think
see it.
Walker's already won the Rose from you already. I have Gusto
He's
as the Rose.
Yeah. See, I have Walker as the Rose because he had a big hit when it counted, when we needed it, and just came through the way that you expect Walker to. Like, it felt like the first entrance of Christian Walker as an Astro is coming in, getting that game, like that, putting that game on the line and really giving the Astros a chance to win. Like,
Yeah.
that's the Christian Walker that you expect to see. And that is the Christian Walker that we got yesterday. And so I absolutely loved getting to see that.
Yeah, it was real cool that in the bottom of the sixth, he drove in Paredes with a home run. And the very
100%.
next inning, Paredes was able to get up and drive in Caratini.
Exactly. We love it.
So I got Wes Nasty, Cam Smith, and Gusto, and you got Wes Nasty, Cam Smith.
Oh, so close again.
You wouldn't have won one, but it's close.
It is close.
I think I don't think Gusto can steal it from your guy.
Probably not.
I think if Jake Myers has another good night, he could steal it from
He could.
Gusto for me.
He
And
could
if
easily.
Christian Walker has a better night than Cam Smith, he might
There
be
we
able
go.
to steal that offensive one for me.
Yeah.
And
We'll have to see.
tonight's game is Framber, who's 1-2 with a 4.91 ERA, but his ERA was 2.50 going into that.
Yeah.
Against Dylan Cease, 1-1 with a 6.64. Framber Valdez get going and pitch 7 innings and give up 2 runs, and he'll be the pitcher of the series.
Easily.
Maybe. I don't know, because you get Wes Nasty a little more. It's the downside of being someone that you expect it from all the time, but he could do it. These are probably the 2 most well-known pitchers on here, and they got the
100%.
highest ERAs out of everybody. And then after that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's Toronto, 7-10, 7-10, 640. And the Astros have to be determined, but I think that would be Hunter Brown, more than likely on Monday. And then Ronel Blanco somewhere around there.
Yeah. Probably next.
Back to
Tuesday.
Gusto.
I would think so, yeah. Gusto and then Wisniewski.
Yeah. I don't.
Until we can get Arrighetti back, it's going to be Gusto in there for a hot minute.
Arrighetti and Lance McCullers Jr.
True. He is on his way, man. It's crazy.
Wow.
I cannot. I would love to see Lance back in an Astros uniform. Oh man, it's been a minute.
Wow.
So, prayers for Lance. Get through it, Lance. I know he had some tummy issues or something the other day. He was struggling a little fierce.
Did I ever tell you my Lance McCullers Jr. story?
No, please do.
I think I did. So I had read something on Astros.com that they called up this pitcher from Corpus, right? Couldn't remember his name. I just knew they had called somebody up. And he was going to start on Monday. And so this guy is just going from person to person to person along the wall, signing everything. And they're like, who's that? Like, I don't know. I don't recognize him. I said, it might be that kid that they called up. And it was Lance McCullers Jr., clean shaven, short hair, young, innocent. Lance McCullers Jr. with his Batman shoes on.
Oh, man. The Batman shoes.
And this was in the days when you had ticket stubs, and I got my ticket stub signed by Lance McCullers on the day before he made his debut. That's my Lance McCullers Jr. story.
I love it. I have a Lance McCullers ball that I found in just a random drawer one day that I was like, I forgot I had this ball that was signed by Lance.
That's awesome.
Because I just get random stuff signed by random players whenever I find them, you know? I'm like, ball, sign this, please.
Sign this ball.
Please, thank you.
So Toronto's 12-9, so it's another decent team. Gausman, who is 2-1 with a 2.49. Bassett 2-0 with a 0.77.
Oh God,
that's pretty good. And then Francie 2-2 with a 3.13. So we got another good matchup. 3 more games at home. I don't know where they go after that, and I don't care. But we will tell you Thursday.
We're headed to Kansas City.
Kansas City
for the weekend.
Wow.
And then we're back in town for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Tigers.
No way. They just did that.
I know.
They had a homestand, went away for
3 days.
A week.
And then come back, yeah.
And they came back.
Yeah.
Not a week, but 3 days.
Yeah, no. Astros we're going to be here, and then we're going to be in Kansas City, and then we're back for the Tigers. Crazy.
Wow. Let's beat the Tigers.
We better beat
Let's beat the Tigers.
Oh,
we need to beat the Tigers. You like my Easter outfit?
I do love the Easter fit. I think I'm rocking. I think this is probably going to be what I wear to the game today. I haven't decided 100%, but it's my Guriel jersey, but it's Space City.
good.
So I
Yuli's
can
awesome.
support my boy Yuli, but
And your team.
also rock the Astros, even though it is the old school Space City. And
So,
I do love the new Space City. I love them, except for the fact that they're white because I get everything white so dirty because I'm just
yeah.
a messy person. I drop things on myself a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah.
struggle is real. It's fine.
If you go on the online where they people buy the jerseys from China, they have blue ones.
They do, but I'm scared to give my info to China as if they don't already have it. But
You are not the
it's
only
fine.
one. I'm not buying anything fake online, and I
That's how
don't
I am
advise
too.
any of you listening to do that. Do you have any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Let's get a sweep tonight.
Oh,
Let's have a great Easter Sunday. I think Fromber is due for a bounce back game, and I think
he
this could
is.
be the game for him. So let's go Fromber. Let's go Astros. Let's get this win, and let's have a really great Easter Sunday, y'all. For all of y'all who celebrate Easter,
Robert Valdez. It will be on ESPN. He's in the spotlight. He could throw a no
yes,
hitter tonight.
he could. He's done it before.
He could do it. That's how.
I
I'm not
mean,
saying I'm
I
confident in him. I'm just
I
thinking this.
wouldn't
He
hate
can really
seeing
do that.
another no hitter. It could be my third and my second
Ooh.
Fromber no hitter.
And your parents are going
Fromber.
to be there?
No, they're not.
Oh.
They already left back to Corpus. They
Oh,
just
okay.
got home. They are
Well, they
good to
gave us 2
go.
wins. We're gonna blame
But I
you.
have a friend. I have a friend who's going to be at the
Okay.
game with me today. So
All
if
right.
he gives us bad luck, he's never come to the game with me ever
Mm.
again.
Good
So
luck, son. Good luck.
no, no pressure, bro. But but if we lose tonight, you're never coming back to a game with me again.
Oh my goodness.
Just kidding. I'll probably still
I don't
invite
have
him.
any
It's
final
fine.
thoughts except be positive. I
Be
always tell you
positive.
that. Be positive. Don't ever give up on the Stros. A lot of people gave up. Last year I was like, they got me teetering. I'm like, are they really actually never going to turn this around? They have
Yeah,
to. They have to.
they
But
get you
seeing what they did
teetering.
against the Padres, you see what they can do. They can beat really good teams.
Absolutely.
So we're not worried about it. They just got to string things together. They have a
Yes,
lot of new people,
a ton.
and chemistry is a real thing, folks.
It really is. I mean, I talk about that a lot too, where I feel like team chemistry is everything. That can really set apart the good teams from the great teams and the
Yeah,
teams that go very far in the playoffs and very far in the season because team chemistry can really catapult a team in a way that is just intangible.
I agree. All right, folks, that is it. We still got 30 minutes. We're
Somehow we
thinking this
still
is we're like this is going to be short because
we
we're
said,
only going to talk
maybe
about 2
15,
games.
20 minutes. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. That's why I took the break so early because I didn't know we
But
were
we're
going to do this.
yappers. We're yappers.
We're
It's who we are
yappers
as
and we
people.
enjoy ourselves. So everybody's probably turned it off already, but you that are still here, we do appreciate you very, very much for tuning in, and we'll see you Thursday. The Astros are off Thursday. It'll be Thursday evening. Tune in for another episode of Astros Baseball. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.